These three Apple Watches are the Apple Watches you can buy right now, brand new, at retail stores. And to be fair, selecting between one of these is a frustrating task, but after wearing each of these models for one whole month now, for the past 3 months, I'm gonna go ahead and do my best on helping you find the best Apple Watch that's best for you. So I'm gonna go ahead and share with you my experience, what it's been like with each of these three models, and some things I wish I knew from the very beginning. So let's start off with the design. The massive differences between these three Apple Watches is the display. The screen size is a dead giveaway on which one is which. You see, the larger screen size available is the Ultra 2, as this is a whopping 49mm display. That's it. There's no smaller screen size option. And then you got the Series 10, which is the second largest because the largest size model that we have here is the 46mm. And there is a smaller screen option, and that is the small 42mm. Now my wrist size is right there on the display, and here's a comparison how that will look like. Now the SE is modeled from the previous generation, the Series 4 design Apple Watch, which means it has a smaller 44mm for the large size option, and then there's a 40mm in case it's too big for you. And the advantages to the larger size is here you can see a side-by-side comparison on how much text you could fit when it comes to reading messages and such off your wrist. And then when it comes to screen brightness, the Ultra second generation is the brightest display that we have here, as it can actually reach up to 3000 nits of brightness. Ideal for survivor instance because you can illuminate the whole screen to enable flashlight mode. Then the Series 10 has the ability to also achieve this, but its brightness peak is at 2000 nits, which still is very bright. Meanwhile, the SE2 has a max brightness of 1000 nits. In my opinion, 2000 nits is more than enough, especially in bright sunny environments, as there are times where I do need to cover my screen a little bit to create a shadow to see the display on a notification on my SE2. But when it comes to unique abilities, the Apple Watch Ultra is the only one that has the night shift ability exclusive to the modular Ultra watch face, as well as the Wayfinder. And it automatically enables night shift utilizing its internal sensors. So in a low light room, or when it gets dark outside, it will automatically turn this mode on. You can also override it to enable it at all times. And then with the Series 10, thanks to the new display hardware, with this watch face enabled, when always on display is enabled, it will still display the second time, which gives a nice luxurious effect. And then the SE second generation does not feature any always on display technology, so once the display is turned off, it stays off and it doesn't display the time or show your complications unless you tap on the screen or raise your wrist when a notification comes up. But when it comes to overall durability with the designs, clearly the Ultra 2 with the titanium body and its sharp angle display makes it less prone to easily get scratched, marked, or experience a cracked display. Meanwhile, the other two Apple Watches, they're durable, but not as durable as the Ultra 2. But from my experience, I had came close a couple times from scratching this design of Apple Watch or cracking it even. And I'm quite surprised how much abuse these displays can handle. So long as you're not doing anything crazy like hiking, mountain biking at high speeds, the SE and the Series 10 are more than capable to be able to survive like a gym session or any outdoor running activities. And then when it comes to color options, the Ultra 2 only comes available in a natural titanium as well as a midnight. As you can see right here, my personal preference, I think the natural titanium looks really good, especially in combo with this band. I'll have this one linked in the description down below. But the jet black color option that's newly added for the Series 10 is my personal favorite. It kind of has the stainless steel black design that Apple used to sell for its more premium Apple Watch models. And the jet black definitely does look amazing. And to my surprise, it's fairly scratch resistant. And then with the SE, it's only available in two color options to choose from, a silver and a black. Now battery life. When it comes down to the battery life, from my real world experience, as well as some of my battery drain stress tests I created on YouTube, the Apple Watch that's able to deliver the maximum battery life is the Ultra, as I've personally been able to easily achieve up to 3 days or more, even on low power mode if I really wanted to squeeze it. With all the safety features and everything else disabled, the Series 10, I can comfortably go from a day and a half under a single charge, but the Series 10 does have the ability to quickly charge in 30 minutes, around 80%. As this is the Apple Watch that does support fast charging. And then with the SE, could easily achieve a day without any issues. Features. The Series 10 and the Ultra 2 do support ECG support, but all three of them have a built-in heart rate sensor, which works extremely well when it comes to tracking your workouts, your step tracking, and your calories burned for your workout activities. But it's only the Ultra 2 as well as the Series 10 that actually feature a body temperature sensor, which this is what's used to not only help in sleep tracking, but also women's health for menstrual cycles, and is able to give you sleep apnea notifications. As yes, all three of these Apple Watches do support sleep tracking ability, but it's only the Ultra 2 as well as the Series 10 that support sleep apnea notifications. Another safety features that it has, the Series 10 and the Ultra 2 also feature the complete package when it comes to safety features such as crash detection and fall detection. The SE2 only features fall detection, but nonetheless, all three of these have the Apple ecosystem ability, where not only Apple Pay is compatible, but also Apple new Tap to Cash is available on all these. Name Drop, where you simply just tap your wrist on an Apple device and it will actually exchange contact information. And you have Smart Home HomeKit abilities, where you can remotely control your television as an example. But when it comes to doing outdoor activities, all three of them feature built-in GPS as well as a built-in compass, which work fantastic, especially outdoors when you're backtracking in case you're off the grid. But the Ultra does have a faster GPS connectivity because it does feature a dual GPS. But it's only the Ultra 2 as well as the Series 10 that features a dive mode, where utilizing its internal sensors, it'll immediately begin tracking the depth that you're in water. But to be honest, the Series 10 kind of has this more as a gimmick because it can't go deeper than 30 meters versus the Ultra 2 has a much higher water resistant rating, a depth up to 100 meters. Then the Ultra 2 is the only one that comes standard with a cellular connection. The other two Apple Watches, the Series 10 and the SE2, you need to pay a little bit extra to get the cellular version. So $50 more for the SE2 or $100 more for the Series 10. But in terms of Apple Watch new like watchOS 11 features, all three have the new Vital app support, as well as when you complete your workout, you could enter how difficult your workout was. When it comes to storage space, the Series 10 and the Ultra 2 both have 64 gigabytes of internal storage, ideal to use for offload maps, playlists, as well as running a lot of third-party apps. The SE2 only has 32 gigs, but don't get me wrong, this is more than enough storage because never once have I ever came close on filling up my storage. Even with all these apps that I have installed on my Ultra 2, you can see right here, I have plenty of storage remaining. And yes, I do have offload maps on my Ultra as well. But when it comes to speaker quality, only the Series 10 as well as the Ultra 2 have the ability to play audio using its internal speakers. But it's the Ultra 2 that features the SOS siren, which can go up to 86 decibels. And this is good to use in emergency situations if you're trying to help get your friends to locate you faster, if you're lost somewhere, snowboarding, or somewhere in the woods. Just hold down the action button until you get to the siren screen and it'll just play a loud siren. This is exclusive to the Ultra. Another exclusive feature to the Ultra is the microphone arrays. The microphone arrays on the Ultra 2 is known to be able to fight wind. So if you're outdoors in a very windy environment and you have to make a phone call, you can still make those calls while the caller on the other side is still able to hear you clearly. But don't get me wrong, these two Apple Watches still have an amazing microphone. Just this is more for an urban environment, as you may find yourself having to create like a little shield with your hand. I'm speaking from experience. Now, price. The most expensive one out of the box is clearly the Ultra 2, but it has a lot to offer. Not only does it have a better battery life, a brighter display, a premium body, and it's built like a tank. And when you compare it against other smartwatches that fit in this category, they're more expensive. But since the Ultra 2 has been out for over a year now, you may find better deals on the Ultra 2 than you will on the Series 10. Because on day one, I was able to buy this for $50 off at Best Buy, and that's including the new midnight color. And then the Series 10 has two price points for the non-cellular version, so at least you have some options. It has a starting price of $400 for the smaller display option, but it's $30 more for that larger display at $430. But again, now that we are in the holiday seasons, you can find this on sale. From my understanding, Costco is having amazing deals right now for the Series 10. Then with the SE, it's basically a nice entry-level smartwatch for those that don't want to spend a lot of money, but also want to have all the important features. The SE2 is definitely my personal favorite Apple Watch, and if I wasn't a YouTuber, I would honestly be using the SE2. It's an amazing value at $280 for the large size option or $250 for the small screen size version, and with 3 amazing color choices to choose from: midnight, silver, and I forgot there also is a starlight color option. So in conclusion, the SE2 is the Apple Watch of choice that won't break the bank, but has all the important SOS features, the fall detection, for just under $300. And keep in mind, this Apple Watch came out in September of 2022, so it likely still has more than 3 years left in terms of software support, because the Series 4 was released for 6 years and it just now got dropped from Apple upcoming software updates for watchOS 11. And yes, although it doesn't have an always on display, honestly, not really necessary, as I know some people who have an Apple Watch that supports always on display and they usually just turn this feature off. And then as for the Series 10, for something that's not as bulky as the Ultra 2, this is definitely a nice choice to choose, especially if you have a hard time of reading text on a display. The new larger 46mm display definitely does come in handy. And obviously the jet black color looks nice and stylish, and this being completed with all the modern day safety features is a great watch for not just those that like the latest and greatest, but especially for the elderly, as it has the complete safety features, fall detection, as well as crash detection. And then the Ultra 2, well, this is just a tank with 3 days or more of battery life under a single charge, cellular as a standard option, the best microphone found on any Apple Watch, ideal for phone calls, and the deep dive water resistant rating, as well as the depth sensor. Those are adventurous. I'm pretty sure we'll like this depth sensor tracking ability. And the screen brightness is so bright that I do find myself using this as a flashlight at times. And of course, it has all the other safety features that the Series 10 has: crash detection, fall detection, and so on. So there you guys have it. That is a quick wrap up of what it's like owning all 3 of these Apple Watches. Hopefully I make your buying decision easier with this information. So if you found this video useful and informative, be sure to not only leave this video a like, as those help me out a lot. Again, I like to keep these videos driven by you guys, not from brands. So thank you to those that left that like button a like. And if you'd like to continue supporting the channel at no additional cost, feel free to use the affiliate links in the description down below. Those help out a lot and allow me to continue producing videos just like this for you. And feel free to comment down below if you have any questions about any of these 3 Apple Watches. I'll do my best to get back to you. My name was Eddie, and thank you so much for watching.